All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Don's Modeling Desk. We got Jody producing as usual.
Good evening, friends.
I was just finishing up some emergency airbrush cleaning.
I had to do that yesterday.
Well, evidently, at the end of the stream last week, I didn't clean the airbrush, so it was still full of black primer.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I had to do a little emergency cleanup procedure, but I got it.
Good. Excellent.
That's
I
that's one
cleaned
thing I like about
real
lacquer
good.
paint.
Oh yeah, lacquer paint dries and gets kind of crispy, eh?
Well, not so much that, but even if it's completely dry, it'd been sitting there for a week, and I just put a little lacquer thinner in it and took it right out.
Oh, it's easy to clean out. We got Andrew
Yeah,
here.
with
He
lacquer
says, "Good
thinner.
evening."
What's
Andrew
going
says, "Good
on,
evening,
Andrew?
gents." Andrew says both my airbrushes are having some issues, so I think it's definitely going to be time to get a replacement.
What kind of airbrushes are they, Andrew? Because I don't know about H&S or Awada or any of them, but I know Badger. You can just send them the brush and they'll fix it.
Really?
Yeah,
No questions asked?
no questions asked. You send them the
Cool.
brush, they'll fix it. If they have to replace 2 seals in it, they'll charge you for 2 seals.
Just for the material, for the pieces?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know.
If I'd have known that, I would have been using the Badger airbrush that I have. I was
I
worried
love
about
my
ruining it
Badgers.
because it's not mine.
Both of them.
And we got Trent here. He says, "Hey, Donnie and Jody. Good evening, Trent.
What's up, Trent?
How are you doing?" He says hi to Andrew. Andrew said he's got the Badger Crescendo 175S.
Yes. Send
Yes.
at least one of
The
those back
S.
to Badger. Just send them an email and say, hey, I got a Badger Crescendo 175 that's not working right. They'll give you the address to send it back to you. Send it back to them. They'll charge you whatever parts they have to change out in it, and that's it. And if you
Excellent.
like those airbrushes, that's a good, inexpensive way to get them back up and running again.
That's right. I know that they're good. I've heard that they're really good.
I love both
Yeah,
of
we
mine.
got,
The only Badgers I have are my 2 Sotars, but I love my Sotars. The only reason I'm not using them on this is because they don't spray a wide pattern. It would take forever to paint this thing with the Sotar.
Stephen Haynes is here. He says hi
Adjust
to
this
us.
camera so I can get the
Says
whole
hi to
ship
Andrew.
on there.
He says hi to Trent.
That's close enough.
So that is, again, Insignia White. Am I correct?
Yes.
Is that what you used?
Tamiya Insignia White.
Insignia White. That's right. Okay. Andrew's
And I have
asking you,
more, so I can continue.
Yeah, that's right. You said you ran out and you got more now. Andrew's asking, do you have various sizes of needles and nozzles?
For my Sotars, yes. I have 0.2 and 0.3 for my Sotars. But even with 0.3 in there, they don't spray a huge pattern. They're made for detail painting, and they're really good at it.
Made for up close and personal.
Yeah, no, neither one of them sprays very wide, Andrew. Plus, because the Sotar is made for detail painting, like this is the one that has the 0.3 in it. You can tell by the white end on the needle. You see how small the cup is compared to the one I'm using.
Those
Posh.
cups aren't interchangeable?
No, it's made to the body of the airbrush.
Yeah,
And
that's like the Badger one I have is like that too.
yeah,
It's molded right into it.
and the Posh is the same way. Well, they're not molded; they're soldered on.
Oh well, yeah, whatever. But it's one piece, right? It's
Right.
not changeable. Yeah, that's the only I think about that Grex one that I have. I think the only thing I don't really like about it is how the little cup is on the side and it screws on.
Oh, it's a side feed.
It's a side feed, yeah, but the cup has to screw on and off.
Uh-huh.
And it's like it's weird because it's bent on a 90-degree angle, so it's awkward.
But the way it goes on there, it has the screw fitting where it goes on. Can't you lean the cup, this way or this way or?
Yeah, I can move it, but I can move it around so that I can hold my airbrush at different angles.
Right.
And that's one good thing about it. I can turn the cup and not worry about spilling it.
Yeah. It's also where you can put it on the other side, right?
Yeah, that's right. It does.
Yeah.
It has a cap on the other side, and you
Yeah.
can switch it.
Those are nice. I like the top feed though.
Yeah, that 90-degree corner in the cup, and then the connection to the airbrush itself, like that's kind of a pain to clean.
Oh, is it? I've never had one of those, so.
Yeah, you pretty much have to take it apart every time.
Oof.
Like, well, not take it apart, but like take the bowl off and the side thing. Like you got to take that whole chamber, open it up, and get in there and clean it every time. Because it's got with that cup on the side. I'll just show you here for a second. See how the cup's on the side, and then it's got the other cap, so it's interchangeable.
Right.
So the inside of that cylinder across right here is a big hollow empty chamber.
So it gets paint in there too.
It gets filled with paint. Yeah. So and it makes it difficult to clean out. Other than that, it's great.
Yeah, Andrew. Mostly I use it for miniatures, but I've used it on models too when I've got to spray small areas like this one right here. When I get ready to start painting the different color panels, I'll probably be using the Sotar because it's smaller areas and I just like that brush better. But first thing I'm going to do is back here on the back. You can't. I don't know how to get it on the camera. Oh, it's too big.
There we go.
You can't see it in the. It's all blown out, but there's a little bit of dirt in the paint. I'm going to sand that off real quick so I can respray that. And then there's a couple of areas like, see up under there where it's still black.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get in there. Note I said try.
Try. I think
first thing I'm going to do is
you might have to spray from. You might have to put your hand.
Sanding stick here.
You might have to put your hand and your airbrush in through that hole and spray from far away.
I don't know how. I'll figure something out.
You might have to go up from where your hand is right now. You might have to go through there.
May have to. If the airbrush will fit in there. I'm just trying to. I don't know why it ended up with so much dirt in the paint just in this one spot. I don't know if maybe there was something on there and I didn't see it and didn't wipe it off good, or
something got on after it dried, or it's the paint that's weird.
Well, it's not the paint. It's something that's painted to the ship. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, okay, yeah. You painted over
bits of dust or sanding debris or something.
Got ya. Yeah, that I do that all the time.
And it's just in that spot. It's not.
Yeah.
I can understand if it was scattered here and there all over the ship. Hey, I didn't wipe the ship off very good, but it's right there.
Just the one spot. They probably kicked up a little dust cloud from something and it settled right there.
I guess. Anyway,
Stephen Haynes is asking, what is a good airbrush to use on 172 kits, please?
172. Those are tiny. I mean, if they're small kits, I love the Sotar. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, you can do pretty small details with it.
Yeah, and it just sprays great.
What size is the needle and nozzle for that one?
Well, you can get it with 0.2, 0.3, or 0.5.
Yeah. What do
The
you
only
usually...
reason I never put a 0.5 in mine is because the paint cup is so small. With a 0.5, you're going to be emptying it about every 45 seconds.
Yeah. And when you're painting minis, you don't use a whole lot of paint all at once anyways, right?
Right.
So Andrew has a answer for Steven too. He says, I've got a couple airbrush recommendations and I'll have to look those up, but I'll be open to more recommendations. So Andrew, are you excited to be getting your Orville and get to working on that? Are you gonna do any other models after you're done the Enterprise D, or are you gonna get right to the Orville? I think he's got an Enterprise. I think he's got a small Enterprise D that he wanted to try to get done, and I think he's got an E.
And he's got
E on deck.
As E's he's working on, I think.
2. Okay, yeah.
But I've got half of the clear parts in the printer right now. I just got to get time to get them out, and then I get the other half of the clear parts printed, and his Orville's done.
Yes. Do you have any projects to do before Orville? Probably those 2 E's that we just mentioned.
Unless he's finished them and I just didn't know about it.
I'm going to get a chance to build the 1400 scale Enterprise D, Andrew. Todd has sent a package my way.
Oh, nice. That's actually a good build, I think.
I have 2 of them. He said he sent me 2 of them.
The only thing with that is it has the Aztec patterning.
Yeah, the raised panels
on the hull.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of things and looked at that a lot. I'll probably flatten that off and do my best efforts at painting it. Like, I'll study Andrew and I'll ask him for advice, and I might try to paint the Aztec pattern because it's a large enough model you can do it.
The only that's the only knock I got against that kit. I mean, it builds great.
Yeah,
I built one.
Well, that's the one.
Years
that's
ago.
one of the ones I did when I was same here, years ago when I was like 18 or 19. I built one.
Well, not that many years ago for me, but
put it together. Yeah, it was like 35 years ago.
When I was a kid,
Andrew says, "Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead."
When I was a kid, 90% of what I built was cars because that's what Dad liked to build. So that's what he bought.
Yeah. So you did a lot of model cars.
Yeah.
I got those 2 model car kits that Howard sent me, and I was actually looking at the that funny car kit a couple weeks ago.
Which one?
Trying to think of ways. It's what is it called? It's called the Infinite T. I'll show it to you.
Oh, it's a T-Bucket Roadster?
Yeah.
Oh,
nice. It's got 2 options. So you can have these body panels on it, or you can have it as only the frame. So it's got all these extra parts. So I was looking at the parts a couple weeks ago, trying to think of a way to turn it into a Starship.
I built the Lindbergh, what was it called? Big Red something. It was a modded out T-Bucket Roadster with a big block engine in it, and it was motorized. It had an electric motor in it that actually made it go, and you could move the gear shift in the car to make it go forward or backwards, and it was like, I don't know, 3 feet long, something like that. I looked it up about a year ago on eBay because I thought, man, it'd be cool to have that back, and I have no idea what happened to the one I had. I left it at Mom's and it's gone now. She doesn't remember what she did with it. It's just gone. But I wanted to build another one. And I got to looking it up. They're like $350.
Wow.
That's what I said.
It's not because they're not made anymore. They're hard to find.
No, they're not made anymore. I paid like $30 for that kit when I was a kid. Of course, I know that
Wow.
was a few years ago, but I'm old. But
A few decades ago.
a lot of decades ago.
So Andrew was saying I got two 1400 Enterprise E's to finish up. Then he's got the 1400D to do. Then another 1400E for Howard. Then the 350 Enterprise B, the big Helios one.
Oh yeah.
He says I can use my reciprocating sanding tool to remove those raised details. Yes, I can, but I can also use a very sharp wood chisel.
Be careful.
Which will be extremely fast. Andrew says, since I'm about a year behind on projects, at least one of the Ds will be returning to Wonderfest to display at Andy's light booth. And then for 2027, the 350 Enterprise B should be there on display.
I'd like to have the middle size Enterprise.
I say go for the Excelsior, Andrew, as opposed to the B.
Nah, I want to build the B too.
I like the
I'm an Enterprise
Excelsior
guy. What can I
just
say?
a little better. Well, yeah, I guess so. The name Enterprise has some pull to it, but as far as like the design aesthetics go, I like the Excelsior original look better. Andrew says,
I like the paint job on the Excelsior better.
Isn't the paint job about the same?
No.
No.
Oh
yeah, it's got some line where it's got those hull extensions sticking out. It's got some paint highlights there, right?
Yeah, and on top of the saucer, where it has that U-shaped area.
Yeah.
The paint around that is different, way different. And
it
looks better on the Excelsior, I think, but I still want to build the B.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when I was doing my Excelsior, the decals, I didn't end up using them. Well, I tried, but I wrecked them. But it was like almost like an Aztec sort of pattern, like squares and rectangles going around that U shape.
Yeah.
Blue and sort of orangey brown squares.
Yeah, it's really cool looking design.
Yeah. Yeah. So Andrew says, I do think it would be cool to have both Enterprise Ds side by side on display, but that's a lot of travel space. Yeah, you'd have to have your assistant drive a separate car and bring the other one, or have a truck with a large trailer and like a U-Haul trailer, one of those little small little U-Haul trailers.
Hey,
probably could fit them both in there if they were
about a month off paid, and I'll drive up there and get one of them for you.
There you go.
Because I'll need that long to drive all the way up there and back.
Mr. Ken is here. Good evening, Ken. He says,
what's going on, Ken?
And Andrew says, the B is what I have, and Ken has the Excelsior. Okay, I thought, so you got to like decide when you buy it. I thought it was a kit that came with like both. Like
no, because there's different actual parts involved.
Yeah, but I thought it was like an Excelsior, and then you could just add the big impulse engines, and you could add the the side protruding fins there on the hull, and there's a couple differences in the nacelles. I thought that was just add-ons that you could change, options that you could use.
There's some fundamental differences in the nacelles, and the big impulse engines changed the whole raised area on top of the saucer too.
Yeah, I figured that was just a component that you could, cut the saucer away and put it in there.
No, I think it's made on there.
Cool. I didn't realize that. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Andrew. That section is reminiscent of an Egyptian sarcophagus, or the headdress that goes down over their shoulders and around
Oh
their head.
yeah.
It reminds me of that King Tut's head adornment there. Alec is here. He says, "Hey guys, hey Alec." And Ken says, "I do." In regards to having the Excelsior, yes, he does. And I think the one Howard has also is the Excelsior. He showed it to me when Mary and I stopped by to visit him that time. He showed me, he opened the box and showed me the saucer and the hull and the components. And yeah, it's pretty big.
That's some
Wow.
amazing 3D printing, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's some more down there I need to sand. I didn't see that.
So Alec is saying, I just built my 88 deck gun for the U-96. Posted pics on Discord. Excellent. We'll check that out later. For the U-96 submarine, I guess.
Yeah, I know. He said for the U-96, and I don't know what the 88 deck gun is.
Nor do I. Andrew says, Donnie, you've got 58 days to finish that if you're bringing it to Wonderfest.
I know, Andrew. I know.
You're going to have to work on it outside of your Monday streams.
I'm going to have to. I didn't realize what an undertaking this was going to be.
Ken says, Steven, I use my Iwata Eclipse for most of my airbrushing, including 1:72 scale armor and aircraft.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Iwatas. I've never had one.
And Andrew says, Jody, whatever you've done with your audio, it's near perfect now. All that noise is completely gone. Okay, so that answers my question. I plugged my newer microphone into the USB cable as opposed to the line-in audio cable.
Well, that's what I've been suggesting you do for a while, and you kept saying you couldn't do that.
No, I didn't say I couldn't do that. I was saying that's what I did at first when I first received it and I hooked it up. That was just, to me, seemed like the obvious way to hook it up. And that's what I did. And then other people recommended that I use the line-in cable instead.
No.
The audio cable. Because there was some other problem. I think the problem was there was some other kind of feedback. I might have just had it sitting too close to the computer. I had the receiver like right beside the computer because the cable was so short.
You want me to tell you a secret, Jody?
No, I can't keep secrets.
The receiver for my newer mic is hanging off the back of my computer right now on a little USB cable. It's just hanging there behind the computer.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how close it is to the computer.
Yeah,
It matters what cable you use.
It's just hanging there behind the computer like it belongs there.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what problem I was having at the beginning, but I was having some kind of problem, and I was recommended to use the audio cable that came with the newer mic. So that's what I've been using.
I think I remember that. Wasn't you having like a hum or something? And then Todd said to hook it up through the audio cable.
Yeah, that was like when I first got it.
Yeah. I think I remember that now.
Yeah. But a couple times recently, people in the chat have said that there was some kind of hum. So I decided to, because I found like a longer USB cable.
Right.
That I could move further away. All I had was a bunch of little short ones, so I wasn't using them. And I found a longer one, so I decided to try that. And yeah, it's far from the computer and seems to work. That's why I was having good. That's why I was having a delay joining you there. I was trying to figure out how to hook it up.
Hey, you got
I
here
just
before
had
it
to.
started. That's what counts.
Yeah, I just had to go into my settings and tell it which mic to use. Andrew says to Ken, I want to look up recommendation for you gave me, Ken. I think you sent it to me on Discord. So Andrew's going to check out the Iwata. And he's doing a little wordplay. I want to look up that recommendation.
Yeah.
Why Iwata?
A lot of people really like the Iwatas. I've just never personally had an Iwata except for the little cheap Iwata Neo, the cheapest brush that Iwata sells.
Okay.
And it's not technically an Iwata. It's made by somebody else. It even says on the packaging Neo for Iwata instead of by Iwata.
Yeah. Made for Iwata by somebody else, by a third company or a second company.
Right.
That's like electronics, like Philips and RCA. Like, even though Philips and RCA gone out of business and they don't make electronics anymore, other companies buy the trademark rights. They buy the name and they just use it. They use the logo and the name.
Well, it's like Atari. There's all kind of a total Atari flashback video game consoles coming out now.
Yeah.
Atari's been out of business since the mid '80s.
Yeah, but they still license the logo,
The name,
and
yeah.
Yeah. Ken says, I sent Steven and Andrew messages with the airbrush I prefer. Excellent. I wish I had, if I would have known that I would ever be getting into airbrushing again, I would have kept the Badger airbrush that I had probably 20 years ago.
You don't have it no more?
No, I had one that this friend of mine had one. It was brand new in the box because somebody had given it to him as a gift, and he wasn't into airbrushing and painting, and he never had time because he was a construction contractor. So I traded it for a mountain bike that I had. The mountain bike, and I was like, sure, I'll try it, because I was an artist already, right? And airbrushing is something that I'd never done before, so I thought I'd give it a try. And I've been learning about, like, I've been watching people airbrushing, painting automobiles and stuff like that, right? Doing fancy flame paint jobs. And I was like, oh, maybe I could do that. And a lot of artists use airbrushing in their art and painting. And as far as my artwork goes, I've never been much into painting. I've done all kinds of other things. I've done painting a few times, but I haven't done it all that much. So I had the airbrush and I tried it a few times and I experimented with it. But for me, like, the maintenance of it, especially back then, I didn't have time and energy and the know-how and just the will to, like, I'm not doing all that. Screw that. So it sat around for a while, and then I ended up selling it to my other friend that was really.
It is a considerable amount of maintenance.
Yeah, and back then I was like, no way, because, like, I'm never going to use this. I'm never going to need this. I'm going to stick to what I'm doing, right? I'm doing those glass things with the vinyl. I'm using an X-Acto knife. I don't need this airbrush. So I ended up selling it to my buddy, and I wish I wouldn't have, because it was a really nice one. Because I sold it to him for like $150.
Which one was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was a Badger. It had the box and everything. It was brand new when I got it. And when I showed it to him, he's like, oh, wow, where'd you get that? That's really nice. He's like, it's a real expensive airbrush. And he's trying to get it off me for a while. So I ended up selling it to him. I was like, here. He's like, he'll give you $150 for it. I was like, here you go. At least I think that's what it was. I don't remember.
Well, airbrushes are, I mean, there are some that are better than others, but 75% of it is what airbrush you get used to using.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was the Sotar. That was the first airbrush I had after the Neo, which I had so much trouble with the Neo, I never really got used to using it. But
So when I started doing this modeling stuff, I decided to get an airbrush, and the first one I got when I did that was like a cheap one with the little battery powered rechargeable little air pump.
oh, those things are
And
terrible.
well, yeah, but I didn't know any better, right? I thought it worked
Right.
great. The first couple times I used it, it worked great. But then I didn't properly clean it. And once that kind of airbrush, once you don't clean it, you can't. It's done. If you let it
No, you can clean it.
seize
It's
up.
just you
Yeah,
have
but I
to
didn't
tear
know
it all
how.
apart and all
Yeah,
that.
I didn't really know how at the time, and I think I tried, and like I damaged the seals, and like okay, I got it cleaned out, cool. I put it all back together, and air was flowing through it, and also it doesn't have like as soon as you turn on the compressor, it's flowing air.
Really?
Like pressing the button releases the paint, but air is always flowing.
Oh, you got one of the really cheap ones.
Well, yeah, that's all I could get. Ken says to Steven, the airbrush that I recommended there, he says it comes with a 0.35 millimeter needle, which is good for all around needle size.
Is that the Eclipse, Ken? Comes with a 0.35?
The Eclipse. The total eclipse of the heart.
Now, let me bring up my picture of the Orville. No, that's not it. I think this is it. That's it.
This is it. Ken says Eclipse HP CS. So high performance Canadian Starships.
Yes.
HPCS. High performance Canadian Starships.
That's it. That's got to be it.
The little wrench for removing the airbrush nozzle. I couldn't find mine. I lost it.
Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, I did find it and
rapidly
got a
trying to get my
solution.
airbrush cleaned out before the stream started.
I did find mine, and I have a solution. I got these powerful magnets, and I stuck the magnet onto my bracket for the light,
Right.
and I can just stick it up there with the little ring there with all the little brushes on it for cleaning.
Right.
And I got it right there. Now,
by the way, you have to be very you have to be very, very careful with those brushes that come on the little ring, because some of them are made with a piece of wire that's looped at the end. In other words, it's a piece of wire. It goes up. It's got a loop at the end. The bristles are put in there, and then it's twisted.
Yeah,
those ones are okay, but some of them are not. Some of them are made out of 2 strips of wire, and the bristles are put in there, and then it's twisted together, and you've got the 2 cut ends of the wire on the end of the brush. Those will destroy the inside of an airbrush. Huh?
That's what I got.
Those will destroy the inside of an airbrush, because the ends of those wire, the airbrush bodies are almost all made out of brass. which is a soft metal. And you start
Yeah.
digging those steel wires in there, the ends of those steel wires, and they're just digging little trenches in the inside of that brass.
Oh. It's the only thing I have that fits in there to clean it.
I use, where is it? Where did I lay it? I'll have to get another one out.
I got the bristly pipe cleaners and they work very, very well, but the small end is still a little bit too big to get right down the length of the airbrush.
I use these.
To yeah, I actually have some of those. I have some of those for cleaning
These
the
are
tip
great
out.
for cleaning like inside the nozzle and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I do
they're
have some of
plastic,
those.
you know.
Yeah.
They work great.
Little flossing brushes.
Yeah. I use those, and like you said, pipe cleaners.
Yeah, mine are a different brand, but yeah, I do have some of those.
Well, those are just the
ones.
cheapo Walmart brands, you know.
Yeah.
I like the cheapo Walmart brand because it's cheapo.
And I got these bristly pipe cleaners, and they're tapered. So one end is really fat and fuzzy, and the other end is pretty narrow and a little bit more dense.
I don't have any of those.
And they got like plastic bristles in them, like almost like toothbrush bristles.
Nice.
So they're kind of scrubby. And there's no exposed wire ends. Seems to be okay in that way. Yeah, they're like picky. You pick it up and it's like, oh, this pipe cleaner's gross. Trent says, you know, Andrew is supercharging those nacelles.
Supercharging.
And Steven says to Ken, thanks for the info. A little too pricey, though. I know how that is, Steven. I'm on a disability pension myself, so.
If you're wanting a good beginner airbrush, look at the Badger Patriot. You can get it most places for about $100.
Steven is in the UK, so it might be different for him.
Still, I bet it's around $100.
And Ken's gonna research a few more options there for Steven. Try and help him out.
There's my curvy tape.
Curvy tape? Oh, the yellow bendy stuff.
Well, it's white, but it's bendy.
Oh, that one. Okay. There you
It's
go.
like it's like a plastic type material, vinyl or something.
Yeah, yeah. I have some like that too. There's
And,
there's like 5 millimeters, 3 millimeters, and 1 millimeter
right
widths of it in a package.
All I've got is
after Christmas.
I've got this one, which is, I don't know. Where's my ruler? 10 millimeter.
Yeah. 1 centimeter.
I don't know. That's a little more than 1 centimeter. Probably
10 millimeters is 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter.
Yes, I know, but I mean, this tape is more than.
Oh, so they just estimate on the tape. It's at least 10 millimeters wide. At least.
It's like.
Oh yeah, look at that.
1 1/4 centimeters. So 13 millimeters, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then this little one is like 2 millimeters. But this little one is great for going around curves. If I can find the end of the tape.
I hardly use those tapes at all, but I don't do a lot of like the models I'm doing are small, so I'm not masking off details like that, right?
Right.
I will use them. I will use them.
Well, you know, everybody kept saying use Tamiya for curves. Tamiya curve line tape or whatever it's called. But then you look at the price and that stuff's not cheap. So then I found this and I bought it, and it works just like the Tamiya curve line tape, except
Awesome.
way cheaper.
Yeah, they gouge you for some things, eh?
It's called a brand name tax.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote Tamiya on this, so it's worth more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I used to work at a silk screening shop when I lived in Toronto when I was like 25, 26. I was working there for quite a while. So you've heard of Tommy Hilfiger clothing, right?
Right.
So there's Tommy Hilfiger, and there's Roots, which is like the major Canadian fashion brand name. And there's we're doing some other ones too. Vans, sportswear, and Quicksilver.
What do y'all do? Just print their name on it?
Printing the logos on the shirts, right? So here's the thing though. The shirts that these logos are being printed on, Tommy Hilfiger and Roots and Vans and, you know, Quicksilver, whatever, all these different brand names, they're all getting the exact same Fruit of the Loom t-shirt that you would get if you had a softball team or a family reunion and you wanted shirts.
Why does
for
that
like,
not
you know,
surprise me?
$2 a shirt or $1.50 a shirt, because they're ordering like 5 or 6,000 shirts, and so they're getting them for like $1 a shirt. So what we print the labels on and then send it back to them, they remove the Fruit of the Loom tag and they put on a Tommy Hilfiger tag, and it's an $80 t-shirt.
That does not surprise me.
Well, and for the print, it probably cost them. It probably ended up costing them like 75 cents to 50 cents per each print to be done, right?
Right.
Because once you set the machine up and get the shirts going, it's going around in a circle, and t-shirts are coming off of there every second and a half. So I'd have this big stack of, like, they bring over 100 or 150 shirts at a time in a pile or two, and pile them beside me. And there's another person beside me on the offside, taking the shirts off and putting them on the drying belt, which is basically like a really big industrial pizza oven with a conveyor belt.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. And I'm turning around and grabbing a shirt every 1.5 seconds and putting it on, straightening it, flattening it on the board, making sure that it's centered and even. Yeah.
In a second and a half.
a day. Yeah, 10,000 times every day.
Well, that's like a lot of the modeling tools that Tamiya sells are actually
they're just standard generic tools.
UFA, or there's one company that makes most of them.
UFA
or something like that.
Yeah, I got a lot of UFA products. It's a popular one in Canada.
Yeah. But that's what Tamiya tools are, with like a $10 surcharge.
For the naming, for the brand name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw a video on YouTube a few years ago, and I can't find it again because I was telling somebody about it and I wanted to show them and I couldn't find it. They probably had to remove it. But this guy had he got the real expensive Beats headphones, for like, you know, $350 or whatever. And then he got the knockoff ones that look pretty much exactly like it for like $50.
Mm-hmm.
And he tested them and he listened to them and he's like, it pretty much, he's like, I can't really tell the difference. It sounds pretty much the same to me. Right. And he charged the batteries to see how long it would take. He said, oh, the Beats one charged a little faster. And then he took them apart and all the components inside had the same serial numbers on them. They were all the exact same looking things, the wires, the speakers, everything was all the same. The leather on the
casing.
earphone thing, like the thing that goes over your ear, the leather was better on the Beats one. It was it was a softer leather.
Yeah, see.
So there you go.
They don't even you can't see it in there you go. It's still written UFA on there.
Oh yeah. UFA or Olfa?
And that's Tamiya. OLFA.
Okay, Olfa. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's the same as what I've never seen one that looks like that though.
Yeah, that's a panel line scriber.
Well, let me see the blade. Can you extrude the blade there? That's a shingle cutting blade.
Well, the sharp part is right here.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's made for, you put this point like in a panel line and drag it along and it cuts out the.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if I have any blades like that. I have to take a look.
I mean, it works good, but after I bought this, then I realized, oh, that looks familiar. And I got to looking online and it's UFA. You can buy the same one for about half the price, but it's yellow instead of black.
Yeah. Yeah. All UFA things are yellow.
But anyway,
I digress.
But I digress.
So Ken sent Steven another option. Excellent. Ken says the handle, Donnie, has a spare blade.
Inside it, yeah. Yeah, it has a compartment.
Cool.
It has a little compartment that opens right there. A little blade.
Very nice.
The awful one has the same thing.
I think I might have some blades that look like that for my X-Acto knife kit, and I was never sure what I would use them for. So,
well, like I said, the sharp part is on the outside edge. You're not you're just
a shingle cutting knife looks the same way, but the sharp part is on the inside hook part.
Right.
So I thought it was a shingle cutting blade.
No.
Okay, so no, I don't have one of those in this kit. But I might somewhere else. I got about 30 little blade kits and assorted things kicking around in various locations.
Let me share this. I need... Okay, this big area right here with the registry on it, that's a lighter gray. These other little areas, I can't tell, are they the lighter gray or the darker gray?
Even the very front in the center, the triangular part looks like it's different from the rest. It looks kind of like a creamier sort of color.
That just might be the light hitting that.
Yeah, it might just be the light. So you're talking about the gray spot where the
spot that leads up to the bridge there, and then the two right behind that little part you were talking about, the one there in the middle. Are those the light gray of that big area, or are they the dark gray of the little spots in the big area?
I think it's the light gray of the big area because it looks like it has sort of dark gray outlines around it, like the windows and like around the ring on top of the bridge there. See the white dome on top of the bridge has a darker
Yeah.
ring around it. I think that ring and the highlights is the slightly darker one on the panels.
So all these are the lighter gray. Okay.
I think so. I can't be
Sounds good to
absolutely
me.
sure, but from what I'm looking at,
That's kind of what it looks like to me. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, man, I'm not really sure.
from what I'm looking at, the raised part looks all the same, and it has some darker highlights.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Gordon is here. Gordon says, hey, guys. Hey, Gordon, how are you?
What's going on, Gordon?
Everybody says hi to Gordon.
I need to put my eyes on.
Keep your eyes on, Donnie. Keep your eyes on.
My external eyes.
I think I forgot to post my
Hobby
video
Lobby
in
special
Discord.
eyes.
Your specialized eyes.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby special eyes.
Just check something real quick here.
What are we checking?
I'm just checking Discord.
It's just a bunch of crazy people on there.
Yeah, I know.
I know this because I'm one of them.
But I posted a new video today and I forgot to tell the crazy people about it.
I almost forgot to post my stream on Discord.
I see it. It's right there. I'm posting under it.
Yeah, but I didn't post that until this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow with that too. I usually set it up like a couple hours before the stream.
Well, I set up the stream yesterday. And I usually post in Discord right after I set up the stream. But for whatever reason, I didn't. Because I was sitting there catching up on what was going on in Discord. And then I'm like, huh, my stream's not in here. Why is my stream not in here? Oh, shit, I forgot.
So I got a base coat on my Voyager model.
Nice.
Yesterday on the group stream. I went with Wolf Gray, a Vallejo color.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a close enough match that I didn't have to do anything to it. It was good enough for me. It's a nice bluey.
What did I use? Sky blue.
Sky blue. It's very, very close to sky blue. I'm happy with that. I made a couple mistakes though. I forgot to light block my my marker position lights.
Oh yeah, I saw you talking about that.
Yeah, on the port and starboard side. I didn't block them on the inside, so I got glowing red and green windows around the lights. But whatever. It's not the end of the world. I can live with it.
You know what you could do, don't you? Did you use the plastic windows or resin them?
Not yet.
Oh, they're still just holes?
Yeah. This one only has the plastic windows for the very two front ones, in the center and the one big one on the bottom. It doesn't give you any plastics for the side big windows.
You're kidding.
No, I am not kidding.
Wow.
So those are, so what I was doing last night at the beginning of the group stream is I had a very long, thin stick of wood that I had carved down that fits into the window from one side. And I put it all the way to the other side through the wires and everything so that I could reach the marker light. Because the way I did those, remember how I did that with the little piece of acrylic and the light mounted to the side of it so it reflects in both directions? Well, if I could get in there with something, I could block it and paint it off. So I was trying to go across from one window to the window on the other side and then apply paint to my stick and then put the stick back in and get to the window, but I couldn't do it. It was too awkward and I couldn't see it well enough. I'm just going to leave it.
When you get the resin in the windows, you could always just paint those couple of windows that are having the light bleed black.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do.
Nobody's in those cabins right now.
Yeah.
Lights are off. Yeah. It's all good. Nothing to see.
That's right. And I'm going to go around all the windows and do the odd one off, fill in some of them so that they're not all on. Todd's here.
What's up, Todd?
Todd's in the chat. He says, hello, anyone? I'm here now. Hello, Todd. We hear you. We see you. We value your presence. Everyone's saying hi to Todd. He says hi to everyone. Andrew says, I think they ended up darkening those gray panels on the later seasons. Yeah, the first
they did. On the CG seasons, model, all the grays are darker.
Yeah, it was pretty much monotone the first seasons, right? Or were the panels just slightly darker?
That model that I showed you, the one that I shared, that's the filming model for the first two seasons.
Oh, it is? Okay, so it did have some darker panels.
And then in the third season, they went with the CG.
Yeah, there was a lot more contrast.
The filming model anymore. They went with the CG, and because it was supposed to be a refit of the Orville.
Yeah, yeah, they even said that in the episode. They were saying the Orville got some repairs and refits. Yeah,
and the panels are darker. All the panels are darker.
So you're going with the season 1 and 2 look?
Yes.
Excellent.
I think there were
some How you doing today, Todd? How'd you
differences, but I can't remember what they were right offhand.
Yeah, you know what? As I was watching the show, I didn't notice. I noticed that the paint job was different. And I know that they said something about getting a refit, but I didn't really see any physical differences in the design or the details.
There wasn't much.
That's, different windows or anything. I wouldn't have noticed that.
But that was their excuse when they went to the CG model, and it turned out to not be exactly the same as the physical model. Oh, it's a refit.
Yeah, that's probably why they included it in the script, eh? Well, it doesn't look exactly the same. No one's going to notice. People are going to notice, Seth. All right, then we'll say it's a refit. Trust me, people are going to notice. Andrew says, hey, I'm lucky if I get my live stream set up an hour before I go live. Yeah, me too. I've been there.
I used to get mine set up the night before. I just forgot to put it in Discord for some reason. I blame it on old age. I was going to say
you're not that old. Can't say that because that means I got to start blaming things on old age too.
Well, there you go. Now you have an excuse. Oh, shit.
Well, what about my old excuse?
It's no longer valid.
So, Todd, did you get a lot done as far as moving things and planning things yesterday? I know you had a big day of working away at the move.
I hate moving.
Not a fan of it myself either. No. I've carried more couches and beds up and down narrow flights of stairs than I care to remember.
Same. I worked for a moving company for a little while.
Oh, did it go places?
Yes. No, there was a while there, when Renault bought into Nissan and Carlos Ghosn became the CEO of Nissan because he was the CEO of Renault and all of that crap.
Renault car.
But there was a period there before Renault bought into Nissan that Nissan wasn't doing very well. And we were working like 4 days a week. We were off every Friday. And so a friend of mine, his father-in-law owned a moving company.
Okay.
So I would work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the moving company. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at Nissan.
Oh. Busy. Sounds like Todd was pretty busy too. Got the couches, counter stools, coffee table set up, built her computer desk, got one dimmer installed, 2 more dimmers to go, grabbed the carpet for the lab, and it's resting in the garage. Excellent.
Yeah, I saw him say something on Discord about he installed the dimmer switch and didn't fry himself.
Oh, right on. I haven't been on Discord much today except for early this morning. Ken says that's getting exciting, Todd. Yes, it is. Letting it sit goes flat. Yeah. If you got a big enough space and you're able to unroll your carpet before you install it, it's good to let it sit and settle, flatten out, cut the size, lay the tape. It's easier to cut it. It's easier to move it around, and you have more accurate measurements when you install it when it's cut flat. Cap the doorway edge with a reveal strip. That's right. Todd says the dimmers are deeper than the standard toggle, so I have to be creative with the wiring junction box. You have to cut the back of the junction box open to make room for the dimmer switches, or do you have to relocate the junction box and push it into the wall more and make room in the facing part of the box?
He said he had to be creative with the wiring, so maybe he just had to. Maybe the dimmer fit, but there wasn't room for the wire behind it, so he had to. Fiddle with the wires.
Please tell us. The suspense is killing me. She says, nah, that's a fire hazard. Fire hazard, Schmeier hazard. Things don't burn in Arizona. It's too damp.
Yeah, just got to move the wiring in the box to the side more.
It's stiff as hell. So
yeah, house wiring is some stiff stuff because it's solid wire. It's not stranded. Usually.
And it's got 3 thick cables in it.
Yep.
Thick copper wires. Todd says, I realized I bought 3 Wi-Fi dimmers, but the shower light dimmer doesn't need to be Wi-Fi. That's dumb.
You want to be able to talk to your shower dimmer, Todd?
I can't think of a reason any lights need to be Wi-Fi, but I'm not that up to date on technology either. Everything
That
in
just
here
means
is
instead of
controlled by
flipping
my
a switch, you
fingers.
can just tell your lights what to do.
Yeah, I'm still
Don't you want to be
controlling
able to
things with
talk to
my
your lights,
fingers and
Jody?
hands like a caveman. I'm flicking switches over here like a freaking medieval peasant, pushing buttons. And
That's okay. I am too, Jody. I was going to do the whole Wi-Fi light thing until I got to looking at how much it would cost to do it. And then I was like,
Oh yeah, it would be cool to have stuff like that. Like I'd like to be able to say, turn the kitchen light off from my bedroom, so I don't have to be. Oh, I gotta go turn the kitchen lights off. And this apartment is like 378 feet long. Well, it's not that big, but it's long. It's far from here to the bedroom. And the floors are hard and it hurts my feet. Wah, wah, wah. Where's that? Oh my freaking God, who cares sound effect? Play for me. I really enjoyed that video where Todd was demonstrating his Enterprise and how he had it hooked into the voice activated computer.
There you go,
There
Jody.
you go. Thank you.
Asking you shall receive.
Appreciate that. So one of the first, if not the first, video I saw on YouTube from a member of HTM was Todd showing his Enterprise D and how it was hooked into his computer system.
I know, that's so
And
cool.
he was saying, computer, turn on my Enterprise D, and computer fire phasers. And Todd says, all that stuff doesn't work anymore. They broke the IFTT link to Alexa. I don't know what that means.
If this, then that.
If this, then that.
Yeah, there used to be a website. There's a website called
now,
If This, Then That. And the whole purpose of that website is you can set up things like, if this happens, then do that. And you could tie in like Alexa and Google Home and stuff to that website so that when you say a certain thing, the website would say, okay, now Google Home, you need to do this, or Alexa, you need to do this.
Okay.
The website was Translator.
Tells the Alexa how to tell the object to do what you want it, I guess.
Well, you know, the Alexa and the Google Home.
So he says
stuff
no
like
more
that,
voice commands.
Yeah, they recognize voice commands, but you could program your own voice commands by using if this, then that. The Alexa or the Google Home would recognize the voice command, send it to that website, and that website would say, oh, well, that voice command means you need to do this.
Okay.
But evidently, it doesn't work for Alexa anymore. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Andrew's got it. Computer, lights. Yeah, that would be nice. So no more voice commands. Can't they put something like that like right into the model?
What do you mean?
Put a voice command computer right in the model. Like you can have it in your cell phone, so you can tell your cell phone, "Hey, cell phone, call grandma." Right?
You know how much processing power your cell phone
the Beastie
has?
Boys. You can put that in a model. If it's only going to be for controlling your lights,
but that's the problem. Google doesn't know how to turn the lights on and off in your model. You know what I mean? That's what the if this, then that website did.
Yeah, so you take that code or you take that app or whatever, and you put that into a little computer that goes right in the base of the model.
Yeah, but that code is on that website.
You get it. You put your peg leg on, you slap a patch over your eye, and you get it.
Todd, get to work on that.
Andrew
You're the
says,
web
my
guy.
steak is
Get to
too
work on that,
juicy.
Todd.
Lobster's too buttery. My steak is too juicy. Lobster's too buttery.
Huh?
I don't know. I don't understand that one. Ken says steak and lobster, surf and turf. So my steak is too juicy. So the turf is like a swamp, and the lobster is too buttery. There's too much oil in the ocean. There's too much oil in the ocean, and the land is turning into swamp. Yes.
I think Andrew's making a reference to people complaining about things that don't matter.
The complaints of our world.
My steak is
Well-
too juicy. Everybody wants a juicy steak, but some people still complain about it. And same with the buttery lobster. At least I think
Okay,
that's what he
well.
was going for. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Come on, you piece of tape. Behave.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about juicy steak or buttery lobster.
You don't like juicy steak?
I don't like steak or seafood.
You don't like steak, Jody? I don't like seafood either. Can't stand it. But steak.
Yeah, sometimes referred to as first world problems. Oh, even if I did like steak, I wouldn't be able to buy any anyways.
I know that feeling, dude. Once every blue moon, we get steak.
But I've never been a big fan of meats. I like ground beef. I like chicken and fish, but not fish like from a restaurant or something like that. Like fish that somebody caught on the lake off their fishing line and cleaned and cooked. You're frozen.
I don't like fish.
Are you frozen? Okay, no, you just weren't moving.
No, I was trying to get this tape lined up.
Yeah, but you weren't moving for a couple seconds. I thought your screen froze.
I was moving,
Oh,
just
he's-
not very much.
Donnie's asking how you feel about sushi. Or Andrew, I'm sorry, is asking, how do you feel about sushi?
That's still fish, so no. Matter of fact, that's uncooked fish, so extra no. How's that?
Well, technically, only the sashimi is uncooked fish. Basic sushi is usually just rice, and sometimes there isn't even fish in it. And they'll use a lot of tuna, and they'll use other things. My wife and kid love sushi. I do not.
Same. I do not care for the sushis.
A friend of mine made me try a piece of calamari once. And I said, why would you want to eat a rubber band?
Right?
That stinks.
There's a Laotian girl at work. She loves calamari. She's talks about it sometimes. I'm like, no, it's rubbery. Not if you cook it right. Well, then I've never had it cooked right because it's always been rubbery.
Andrew says, my favorite sushi is salmon in sushi or sashimi form. So
No,
sushi is the
and
fish on rice, and sashimi is the fish on its own. Yeah, there you go. But usually still accompanied by some kind of nori, right?
Yeah, but some of the sushi that I've seen is raw fish on rice.
Well, that's like that's the sashimi is the raw fish, and it's a artistically cut piece of fish, right? It's very carefully and technically done, and they'll put it on something like a piece of nuri, like seaweed, or a little pile of rice or something like that. And the sushi is usually something that's rolled and then cut into like little pucks, right? Little chunks.
Yeah. Or sometimes they just give you the whole roll.
Yeah, and then you just eat it like a burrito. Todd said, I had squid salad once. It was like eating dried out gummy worms. Ooh, yeah. That's what Mary was talking about last night. Paco does that in the summer. He'll find a worm and he'll roll on it, and he'll step on it, and then he'll roll around on it and kill it, and then let it sit there for a couple hours, dry out in the sun, and then go out and eat it like worm jerky.
Really?
Yeah, he does that in the summertime.
Why?
Ken says, I've eaten at McDonald's before. Because he's the dog, Donnie. And he doesn't want to eat a juicy, gross worm. That's yucky. He wants to eat a jerky, dried worm.
I've had lots of dogs that never ate jerky, dried worms. They may eat a lot of things I wouldn't eat, but they didn't eat jerky, dried worms. That I know of, anyway.
Oh, speaking of things I wouldn't eat, Alex says I've tried inari, deep fried tofu skin, made into a pocket and filled with rice.
Wait.
Okay.
Tofu doesn't have skin.
Yeah, it does if you let it sit around for a little while.
Tofu is a bean sprout. Bean sprouts do not have skin.
If
they're plants.
Sure. Oh.
Right?
And also octopus balls.
Ugh.
He says, get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Why? Everybody knows octopi don't have balls, per se. Todd says, yeah, so gross.
They reproduce, don't they?
They do, but they
have to keep their sperm somewhere.
They do like most fish, and they let it out. They spawn.
But where is it till they let it out?
It's in their mouth, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, good God, the things we get to talking about.
Much like your mom, she keeps it in her mouth. Todd said, if it came out of the ocean, I probably won't eat it. Well, what if you met a really sexy mermaid?
I agree with Todd.
So Andrew says, what is your favorite place to eat at Wonderfest? Donnie?
Mission Barbecue was good.
There you go. Mission Barbecue.
That's the first thing I did when we got back from Wonderfest. I was like, I wonder if we've got a Mission Barbecue somewhere. We do. We ate there. It was good.
Excellent. Ken says, I like the filet o fish from McDonald's. Todd says, ew, they keep their sperms in their mouth. No, but their organ that releases it is in the center of their body, right close to their mouth. Spit or swallow. Don't just let it sit there, stupid octopus. Jeez. Someone's harboring some feelings.
Damn it, you made me laugh.
You ever watch The Boys?
I've seen it. part
That-
of it. Yeah.
There's one superhero that's like an aqua guy, and he's basically a joke because he can talk to the fish, and that's like his power. I was like, whatever, man, you're just a fish guy, right? And yeah, he has an affair with this octopus. The octopus is like his girlfriend.
Oh, really?
But it's like a sentient, intelligent octopus that talks to him. It was some kind of experiment or whatever, some kind of mutant where it's the brain of a person, but it's in the octopus. Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, it's like,
I don't
did you
even
ever watch
know.
Resident Alien?
I've seen a few episodes. I used to watch it when I went out to see my dad there. My dad was watching that show.
On Resident Alien, there's super intelligent alien species that's octopuses.
Yeah. A lot of the we'll just say pseudo scientific thinking people are convinced that squids and octopus are aliens that got stranded on
I
Earth.
like that. Very politically correct, Jody. Way to go.
Todd says 9 brains in an octopus and still can't figure it out. And Andrew says Resident Alien just arrived on Netflix in Canada. Oh, really?
Really? You need to watch that, Jody.
It must have got canceled from. Well, I don't have Netflix. It must have got canceled from. I think it played on I think it was on CBC or CTV. CTV Sci-Fi. That's what it was. CTV. CTV is like the big Canada nationwide station. And so a lot of the shows, they got a couple of networks now. So they have a sci-fi channel also. So they played Star Trek Prodigy on that channel. And they played other shows that they play on that channel. So they're not available on streaming services because they play on CTV Sci-Fi. So they made this big thing about, oh, you can watch Star Trek Prodigies coming to Netflix. I was like, oh, right on. I can finally watch it. All right. I couldn't watch it on CTV Sci-Fi because I didn't have cable. So I signed up for Netflix again. And lo and behold, this program is not available in your region. And I Googled it and looked it up to find out why. And it's because, no, it still plays on CTV Sci-Fi. So it couldn't get it on Netflix. I was so disappointed.
Prodigy.
I was finally able to watch it, courtesy of a friend of mine that directed me to an avenue. It was good. Yeah, I thought it was one of the better Star Trek series that's out there, really.
Where did my Orville picture go?
Steven is
There it
saying,
is.
good night, guys. See
night,
you all in the week. You have a great night, Steven. And yeah, we'll see you during the week on everyone else's show. Take care, buddy. Ken says, octopus DNA doesn't make sense compared with all other DNA on Earth. That's right. It's very weird. They have like thousands more chromosomes than people have.
By the way, I looked it up just to settle the disagreement. Octopuses do not have testicles. They have a testicle.
They have a?
They have one.
It's that big. Is it that big round thing on the top?
It's inside their head.
Mm-hmm. And they release their seed through an opening that's right near their beak or near their mouth.
No, they use a modified third right arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they got a go-go gadget wiener.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought they went like a fish and laid the eggs on the floor, and then the male goes over it.
Well, according to this, they use a modified third right arm to transfer spermatophores to the female.
Huh. Sort of like pedipalps on a spider.
Yeah.
Interesting. Todd says, go figure. Always thinking with their head. So their head is their nut. He is.
Yes.
Their head is their nut. Just like us. And guess who? Evening, everyone. Sitting here watching your amazing live stream while waiting to clock out at 10:30 instead of 12:30. Oh, couple hours early. Good for you, Kenneth.
Nice.
Get a little bit of time off. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Have a
We
little
only
break.
had to
Hope
work
you're doing
9
good
hours
tonight.
today. There's something wrong when you say we only had to work 9 hours today.
And Kenneth is officially rolling on the floor laughing.
Dag nabbit. No, not talking about Kenneth. Talking about this tape.
Damn!
Ken says, Donnie, we're getting close. Close to the next last season of From
I wish they would hurry up.
April 19th. Todd says, nabbit the dag. Nabbit that damn dag.
Have you watched From, Jody?
Never heard of it.
Amazing show.
From what? From where?
No, it's just called From. That's it. From.
From pa pum pum.
It's about these people, and they get trapped in this town. And the reason I say trapped is that no one is like physically holding them hostage or nothing. But if you decide to leave and you drive straight down the road out of town, you just come
You
back,
end up back in
the other
town.
side of town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great show. Ken got me hooked on it, and it wasn't over, so now I have to wait. Thanks a lot, Ken.
And what are we watching this on?
MGM Plus.
Oh, don't have that one.
It might be on Netflix or something. I don't know.
Don't have that either.
But at the time I was watching it, it was still coming on, you know, episode per episode. So I was watching it on MGM Plus.
So we have Amazon Prime and a couple of add-ons for that, so that we get a few of the like TV channels, because there's a couple shows that Mary likes to watch, and we have access to the Disney one, because Mary's brother has that.
Have you seen the 3 new
And that's
episodes
about
of
it.
Invincible?
Yeah.
Oh,
those are on.
so
Yeah, those
good.
are on Amazon. Yeah, I seen
So
the fourth
good.
one too. There was a fourth one last Wednesday.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He goes to hell.
I don't want to know yet. I haven't watched it.
Oh, I'm not spoiling nothing. He goes to hell. The episode takes place in hell. Ken said, sent you a link. Okay, for the show From. That's very kind of you, my friend.
From is awesome.
If I have a chance to watch some programs. I'll give it a shot. I'll try and find it. I
It's
don't watch a lot
awesome.
of. The only time I kind of like watch TV is during the evening when Mary's here and we
Yeah,
sit
I don't
together
have a
and
lot
watch
of time
TV.
to
I don't
watch
really
TV
watch a
either.
lot by myself. If there's like a special show that's coming on, like if there's a Star Trek, well, I'll watch that whenever it's available and as soon as I can. And I usually do that in the morning. And then I go about my day and I don't really watch TV again until later in the night.
Most of my
I stick
TV
with
watching I
YouTube.
do sitting right here, either while I'm working on the model or painting minis or something of that nature.
Oh yeah, well our TV's in the bedroom.
Well, I have a TV right over there on the wall in the living room, but I'm usually
Yeah,
watching on
we
my
don't use.
computer because it's right here beside me.
How do you watch TV on your computer?
Netflix, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. It just never dawned on me because I've never used the computer for that stuff.
I do all the time.
We have a PlayStation 4 that we use for that stuff.
Oh, fancy guy with the PlayStation 4.
Well, it's actually the opposite of fancy because the TV doesn't have. I don't have the smart TV that can have apps and stuff on it. So I have
Dude, have you seen how cute
PlayStation
TVs
4.
are now?
Oh yeah. Well, I do have a big TV that we have in the living room, but we just never use it.
Our
I have
TV,
like a
our
I have like
TV
a
quit working a
75
few
inch
weeks ago.
TV.
Yeah, our TV quit working a few weeks ago.
Oh,
And I was going to wait because, like I said, I don't watch the TV a whole lot. I watch my stuff on my computer while I'm sitting here at the desk. But my wife brought up the point that Maddie watches TV when she's over here. So, crap. All right. I guess we'll get a new TV. I bought the old TV about 8 years ago or 9 years ago, something like that. 50-inch TV. It was $400,
wow.
400 and something dollars.
Yeah.
I got this TV. It's a 55-inch TV for $200.
Holy crap.
Right?
Uh,
And
I
this
paid
one is
like 800 I paid like $800 for my TV.
this one is a 4K
75-inch
TV.
TV in the living room and we never use it.
Yeah, this one is a 4K TV. The old one was just 1080p.
Oh yeah. I can't even tell the difference with that. I would
Oh,
never
I can
know if
I
it
can
was
tell the
4K or
difference, but
1080.
I mean,
I wouldn't be able to tell. So Andrew says we can watch Bell Fiber on our computers. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. It's like fiber optic internet service.
Oh,
Yeah. I
kind of
don't
like
have that here.
AT&T
When
here.
before we moved here, when we were living in the house there, I'd recently upgraded my internet to fiber optic service through ViaNet, and then we had it for like, I don't know, 6 months, and then we found out we had to move, so we moved to the apartment, and they don't have fiber optic service here, so I had to go back to cable internet.
Well, I had AT&T fiber, and I liked it. It was good. But when we took it out, it was $142 a month. And I asked the
Yeah.
dude, I said, well, how much is that going to go up once, your little introductory price or whatever is over?
Oh, they
no,
tell
sir,
you it won't, but it does.
He said, oh, no, sir, that's not an introductory price. We don't do that anymore. Are you sure? Yes, sir, I'm sure. We don't do that anymore. Okay.
Until 3 months later when they say, oh, we've changed our user policies.
Well, a year later, our price went up to over $200 a month, like $230 something. So I called AT&T and I explained the situation to them. And she says, well, I'm sorry, sir. This is the way it's always worked.
Yeah,
and I'm like, so you're telling
anymore.
me, I said, so you're telling me that your salesman came to my house and directly lied to me about the price? Yes, sir. That was it.
That's what they're trained to do.
Isn't, I mean, shouldn't that be
It's
illegal?
accepted because it should be, but it's accepted. Commerce over morals any day.
Well, I haven't had AT&T since. Period.
You're lucky you have a choice where you live. A lot of places don't have a choice.
Well, we have AT&T and we have Comcast. That's the only two choices. And no matter how bad Comcast sucks, I'll never go back to AT&T.
Oh, we got all kinds of choices here because it's part of the law. They're not allowed to monopolize on it. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, they're all still running through the Bell lines that have been installed. And Eastlink installs lines. Eastlink is like the cable company. Bell is the telephone company.
Right.
And they still own all the different companies that offer these services. They're all still owned by those two or three, Rogers, Eastlink, or Bell. So it's made to look like we have options. Like, I can go to Vianet, or I can go to Eastlink, or I can go to Sunwire, or I can go to this one or that one. There's like probably 6 or 7 different internet providers I can get where I live. But they're all coming through the same wires and the same service, and the signal is all the same signal. It's just the equipment they give you, and they say it's different, right? They're all just full of it.
Well, we only have 2 providers, but at least they are 2 different companies.
Yeah, it's not like that here. They're all using the same thing.
We have AT&T and Comcast. And you can tell they're 2 different companies because AT&T will promise you the moon to get you to switch to them from Comcast, and Comcast will offer you the sun to get you to switch back. And they're both lying. But at least Comcast will tell you, yes, your price is going to go up.
Oh yes, Andrew says there's also Starlink.
There is Starlink.
We got our fiber internet turned on at the house.
But unless Starlink has got a lot cheaper recently, they're stupid expensive.
So Todd says $45 a month for 1 gig unlimited price for life.
For Starlink, that's
not
pretty
bad. Good.
Dude,
I don't know if it's
maybe
Starlink.
I need to switch to Starlink.
He says fiber internet.
Oh.
Andrew was saying that Starlink is also another option.
$45 a month. That's a good price. I think we're paying. What are we paying? Right at 100.
Yeah, my internet bill's $101 a month.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. John pays the internet bill, so. I know this is exciting watching me put little pieces of tape on, but that's what I need to do.
So Andrew says, I believe price for life when you see it. Todd says, yeah, that's why it's in quotes. And he says, I don't give Musk money unless I have to. Yeah, I agree there. I don't know, pretty soon it's probably going to be the law. You're going to have to in some aspect or another. They're probably gonna lobby for a bill that forces you to give him money somehow.
What's the difference between Musk and all the rest of them? I mean, Musk is a shitty person and he don't care who knows it. The rest of them are shitty people and they try to hide it. So
yeah,
it's just. As the old saying goes, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. So
Andrew says, putting little pieces of tape on is a standard Canadian Starships live stream. Yeah.
All right. I'm doing the Canadian Starships live stream. Sweet. I've moved up in the world.
You're using the Force. It's the Andrew way. Ken's pointing up at that comment saying, yeah, number one.
Maybe I'll get as many views on this live stream as Andrew does. No, probably not.
Well, we're at 6. When I stream after Andrew, he does the redirect, and my stream starts, and I got like 10 or 15 viewers for the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then it drops down.
Oh, really?
Down to like, yeah, it drops down to like 4 or 5. Andrew's audience and my audience aren't exactly overlapping too much.
I mean, you're all building starships, so.
Yeah, but he's doing it good.
Well, you do good work too.
Yeah, but you can't see it though.
Well, yeah, yours is not. There is a size discrepancy.
Yeah. So Andrew is weeding masks for the next steps. Excellent. Are you still on the top, Andrew, or have you made your way around to the secondary hull or anything yet?
I think he already had all 4
Saucer.
colors on the top, didn't he?
When I was watching on Saturday, he was applying masks for the top of the saucer.
Yeah, but I think he posted in Discord today that he had all 4 colors on the top.
Okay, excellent. Yeah,
I
I haven't been on Discord today, so I wouldn't have seen that. Andrew says, did I hear you'll be switching nights? Yeah, I'm gonna try Thursday following Jordan because it's like an hour earlier, and we'll see if I get we'll see if there's more people that are maybe able to watch. And I've heard from a lot of like other people that watch my videos and have commented on my videos that I post because I've talked about doing the live streams and stuff. And Saturdays is just not a good night for most people to be able to join when I do live streams. So I figure maybe I'll try Thursday, and yeah. And I also need to start putting more effort and attention into actually producing videos for my channel and making content and getting work done on all the models that I have plans for. I have all these grand ideas, and yeah.
I would like to do
I
that.
don't get to work on them.
I have to work all the time. So.
Yeah, well, nobody says I have to work all the time, and I have more time than I need, but I don't use it wisely.
I've never used time wisely.
Andrew says I've got all 4 colors on the top. Photo is in Discord. Awesome. I will check that out after the stream. Letting everything dry and cure before flipping the ship over onto its back to do the bottom. Excellent. So the top surface is all Aztec detailed.
Those Aztec masks look awesome too.
Andrew says I've been tempted to do daytime streams on Mondays. Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. I could do a stream any time of the day during the week, anytime I want. But I'm usually sitting there watching YouTube and watching other people build models and stuff instead of doing it myself. I'm watching other people.
Well, there's your problem, Jody. Stop watching and do.
Yeah. And then I'll get into like a video that's about history or paleontology or something like that, and it's like a 2-hour long video, and then before I know it, I'm like, oh geez, I got stuff to do.
I like watching videos like that.
Yeah, me too.
My wife doesn't, though.
So what's your gray? Or you're gonna be using 2 grays, right, for the panel colors?
Yeah, it have to be a darker gray and a lighter gray.
Have you chosen the colors yet?
I have not, but I have a lot of grays, so there's a lot of choice.
Yes, Andrew says the area that you're taping currently is not being shown on the camera.
Oh, sorry.
Just lift the model up slightly.
Sorry. I'd move it over some, but I don't have any more room to move it over. I'm out of desk. There, now it's on screen.
There you go. We can see the tip of the slipper.
Let me look at my picture again. Got that. Got that. The bridge.
Like Ken reminding me to switch cameras. Yes. I was saying to Andrew, he needs like a pressure switch in his chair that'll switch cameras for him when he stands up from the desk and goes over to the work table. He's a pressure switch in his chair that'll trigger the camera switch.
Hey, now you're thinking.
Or, you know, a foot button on the floor or something that he'll step on when he walks by. That's just kind of automatic.
Let's see, we need to tape this part.
Have you found any software or anything like that, Andrew, that allows that'll give Ken control of your cameras in your system like that? Oh, he's saying, I just need to find a way of giving Ken remote access to change the cameras for me. So yeah, he was answering my question before I had even asked it. Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
Well, I mean, if you only have 2 cameras and Ken has access to your StreamYards, then well, he does because you're using our
his
account.
cameras are routed through. But that's what I said too. But Andrew said the cameras are routed through another software. Besides, you don't control them in StreamYards. He controls them in the other software like OBS or whatever. Cameras are not going directly into StreamYard. Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's doing basically what I'm doing, except he's using something other than OBS.
I don't. I think he might be using something different. Yeah, I'm not exactly.
Yeah,
sure
I know he's not using OBS. He's using something else. I just can't remember what it's called.
vMix.
vMix.
He's
That's
using
it.
vMix.
I've never tried vMix.
When I first started joining the streams there, I got OBS. Everyone said use that. And I said, nope.
I like OBS.
I don't. OBS, as far as I'm concerned, stands for overcomplicated bullshit.
It's not that hard once you get the hang of it.
I couldn't get the hang of it. I couldn't even figure out how to get my microphone working or get my camera onto the screen.
Putting the camera on the screen, I could explain that to you easy. If we did a Discord call sometime. It would take about 10 minutes, maybe. It's not hard to do.
I'm good. I don't use multiple cameras very often, and when I do, I just add a second camera into StreamYard and switch it manually like that. That's good enough for me. Andrew says, I'm also using a virtual stream deck, and I'm working on getting Elgato Wavelink up and running for routing various audio feeds. Well, there you go.
Oh, the Elgato software? I've thought about that.
Elgato Wavelink? I don't know what that is.
Well, you can buy these switcher panels from Elgato. You know, there's a small one and there's a bigger one. They have a bunch of buttons, and you can assign each button to different things, like different scenes, different cameras, stuff like that. And you just push the button and it switches to that camera or that scene or whatever.
Okay.
But they also have software that will do that, but you have to use like your keyboard buttons or something, or have a little window in the corner of your screen with all the buttons on it, and you just click on the button you want. But I mean, OBS basically does that. I've got my camera set up to the buttons on my number pad over here, and I just hit a button, camera switches. Like this camera, or that camera, or that camera. I just hit the buttons on the keypad over there.
Okay, so Andrew says that's what the Stream Deck is for. But
Yeah.
they have a virtual Stream Deck for iPad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the software.
Yeah. But I think Elgato Wavelink is something else. He says for audio feeds. Elgato must be some kind of audio mixing program.
I don't know. I think he's talking about the software on the iPad.
Okay. Andrew says the Elgato Wavelink is similar to a Rodecaster, but in software
So
format.
does it only switch audio? I mean, I don't know. It's over my head.
As it is mine.
I'm simple. I push button that's assigned to camera, and camera comes on.
Pull the lever, push the button, say the line. Andrew says, yes, the Wavelink and the Stream Deck are two different things.
So the Wavelink only does audio. I don't need audio
Apparently.
switching. I only have one microphone.
So is this for like live streaming purposes, Andrew, or for video producing purposes?
Probably both.
I guess.
That would be my guess anyway.
I don't know, my setup's totally different. When I'm streaming, I'm using the webcam on the computer, and when I make videos, I just record them on my cell phone camera, and then uses the microphone that's on that. I haven't figured out how to hook up a microphone to my phone camera. It doesn't seem to. I've tried a bunch of different ones, but they don't seem to work.
The one you have, the newer.
Yeah.
There is a wire that plugs from the receiver into your phone. And not a wire, an adapter. It's a little adapter. I don't have mine. But there should be two little adapters in the case that you put the mics in to charge
Mm-hmm.
that plug into the USB-C plug on your receiver. One of them has a USB-C plug that goes into a USB-C plug on a phone, and one of them has a micro USB or lightning or something else anyway, a different plug for different types of phones. But you plug that into your receiver, plug it into your phone, and voila.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
did that. I did
Oh, you
that,
did
and
that?
yeah, my phone wouldn't recognize it, or I didn't know how to find it to tell it to go ahead and use it or something.
Weird.
I don't know. It didn't work. There's probably some setting I have to find that tells it to allow the outside microphone or something. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. I'll have to play with that. You have an Android phone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I have. I'll have to play
Samsung
with that and see if I can
Galaxy.
figure it out then.
Andrew said, so let's say you want to route in system audio to your live stream, plus your mic, plus have your own soundboard. It allows you to send all those different feeds into your live stream and mix them. And Todd said, sounds like Andrew needs to visit Jody and hook him up. No, that's
Yes.
all right. No. First of all, Andrew's far too busy to make a trip all the way up here to try to show this caveman how to use this tech stuff. It's not going to happen.
You could learn, Jody.
It's already complicated enough for me, and I'm just using a basic webcam and a microphone.
When I first started using OBS, I had no idea how it worked. I figured it out.
Andrew
There's
said there's also Wonderfest. Yeah, I don't think I'll have time at Wonderfest for an AV conference.
Oh, why not, Jody?
I appreciate the offer for the help. Andrew says, but as I said earlier, your sound tonight is pristine, so much better than the last couple of weeks. All right, well, that's good to know.
So you got it figured out then, Jody.
Well, I'll just kind of fluked. I didn't really figure it out. I just decided that I wanted a longer cable, and I found a longer cable, and I said, oh, I'm going to try this, and maybe if I move my receiver away, because I thought it was because it was so close to my computer that it was making interference. So I was like, oh, I found a longer cable, and I'll move it further from my computer. So that's what I did.
And it's working.
It's working.
Maybe it's not so much that the cable was short. Maybe it was just a bad cable.
It was the one that came with the mic, the curly audio cable, the line in cable.
Well, line in can have noise. I mean, when you had it hooked up to USB or before. You know, at first you had it hooked up to USB and you were getting noise or whatever.
Yeah, but I think it is because the first time when I had it hooked up through USB, I had it hooked up through the USB multi-port hub, not
That could
directly
be
into the
it.
computer. So we're trying to figure out the problem, and then somebody, I can't remember, it might have been Ian or it might have been Todd, suggested to use the audio cable and use the line in on the computer. So that's what I was doing since then. And today I decided to switch it because I found a longer USB-C cable in one of my drawers. So I said, oh, I'll try and see if this one works. And I did it, and it works. And there you go.
It could be the hub. I hadn't thought about that. I have mine plugged straight in the back of the computer. It's just kind of hanging there behind the computer at the end of the wire.
Andrew says computer line ins can be notoriously noisy. All right.
Yes.
So there, that was the case. But what I find odd is that nobody started saying anything about it until just the last few weeks.
Maybe something.
There's a bug on your desk. Get it.
Where?
Kill it. Right there on the white line above
There
your
he is.
rulers. Kill him.
I think I got him. Maybe. No, I didn't. Where'd he go?
He got away.
Damn it. Come here, bug. Where'd you go?
Spray him with zip kicker.
Right?
Oh, fuck. That'll fuck him up. Todd said, yeah, it's the floating ground of mic wiring that can buzz. Ooh. Also depends on what wires are nearby. Sometimes just moving the mic wire away from others or across AC wires. Yeah, that's another thing. There's like 30 other wires right by where it was, right? There's the wire for the camera, and there's the wire for my lights, and there's the wire for the USB hub, and then there's the wire for the hard drive, and there's one for the actual charging box for the microphone, and then there's one for my earphones. There's like all these different wires. That could have been a problem as well.
I'm with you,
Andrew
though. I
says,
think it's probably because you had it going through the hub the first time.
Yeah, probably. Andrew says, my money's on the lighting wires. Oh, so
Yeah.
you think the lighting wires aren't insulated enough?
Well, the lighting wires are pulling more juice. Plus, they could pick up a hum from the lights.
Okay.
Well, no, though. They're LED.
Todd says power cords make the most noise. Keep it away from them. Let me just stand up and take a look behind here. Yeah, it would have been like 2 inches away from the power cord that comes into the back of the computer.
My USB cord is lying on the power cord.
But the receiver itself isn't near it.
And it's about 2 inches away.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say it was the USB hub.
I have mine run straight into the back of the computer.
Yeah, that's what it's doing now. I relocated the charging plug for the headphones to the hub instead of the computer.
Ah.
Because the headphone thing doesn't need to be hooked into the computer itself, right? It just needs power.
Right.
Well, I left Todd's comment on the screen when I went to get coffee.
It's after 10, so I'm going to call it here. Maybe I can get the rest of this masking done tomorrow night. Because I don't want to leave it on too long. Get the rest of this front part masked and sprayed.
Did you get any work done on the Orville while you had your week off?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff around the house, doing stuff out in the yard. managed to blow the back tire. I had to order a new tire.
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens. Well, those tires are old anyway, so.
Andrew says, one more mask, one more mask, one more mask.
Nah, I gotta hop in the shower and get ready for work tomorrow. So fun, right?
All righty. Aw. Ken
But
says, great show, Donnie. And Jody.
thank you, Ken.
But mostly Donnie. Have a great night, everyone.
You
Ken,
too, Jody.
don't tell me how to live my life. No, you have a great night too, Ken.
I appreciate everybody stopping
Todd.
by. I appreciate everybody being in the comments. Thank you, Jody, for
you are welcome, as always, my friend.
And let me get over here real quick. You'd think someday I'd have this ready in time, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Todd says, that was fun. Octopus, spunk, and all. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you, Todd, I think.
Happy we were able to bring a smile to your face and all 8 of your tentacles.
That's right. And 1 testicle.
Yes.
in your head. But
it's a headsticle.
It's a headsticle, that's it. Tomorrow night will be Keith, and he's starting on a car. Mercedes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's starting on a Mercedes, a Lego Mercedes.
I was just gonna ask, is it because I didn't know if it was a Lego car or if it was gonna be like a model.
No, it's a Lego. Lego or Fago, one or the other.
Yeah.
And that'll be at 7 Eastern, and then at 9 Eastern tomorrow will be Buck. I think he's still working on the Death Star. And then Wednesday night at 7 Eastern will be the Woody stream. We're all working on the Istanbul, except Alec. He's working on whatever.
Is he going to start working on the Istanbul when you guys are all finished it?
Yeah. Then he'll start one. And then Thursday night will be Jordan. I think he's still working on the Falcon. Decals, I think, is what he's working on.
Yeah, he said he's going to be completing the decals this week.
And then Friday night, and Jordan's stream is at 8 Eastern. And then Friday night at 9 Eastern is our usual.
I'm gonna stream following Jordan on Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
At 10 Eastern.
So Jody will be on at 10 Eastern. And then Friday night at 9 Eastern will be our usual stream. And then Saturday night at 9 Eastern will be Andrew, not followed by Jody this time because he's Thursday. What are you working on, Jody?
I'm working on the Book Nook style diorama of 2 enterprises that I'm calling the day before yesterday's Enterprise.
Oh, that's right. Man.
Because it's emulating the scene from the episode Yesterday's Enterprise, but instead of the D and the C, it's the original and the refit.
Right. That's a cool idea. I like that.
We'll see how it turns out. I got the first Enterprise pretty much assembled and completed. It just needs to be painted, and I got to start working on the refit.
Nice.
On Thursday. Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
And then Sunday at 4 Eastern is the HTM Sunday stream, and then that brings us back to us again. So thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want, and we'll see you all
now.
Tomorrow.
Hit the like button. Do it now. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, and then hit the one beside it just to make sure. Hit the other button beside it.
As Buck does, click the like button. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Just
But
don't
we'll
post
see
it on
you
social
all
media.
tomorrow night in the comments in Keith and Buck's stream. So have a good one, everyone, and catch you later.